Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here tonight with 90 Day Oy Vey. The last couple of days have been really crazy, really busy. As you guys may or may not know, I covered two shows, 90 Day Fiance and the 10,000 spin-offs that come with it, and Love After Lockup and the spin-offs that come with that. And as you guys may or may not know, cast members are dramatic attention whores. Oh, yes, they are. I would say 90% of them are dramatic attention whores. And it is so draining, especially when they don't get what they want or they perceive you are personally attacking them when you're simply reporting the news. And this isn't directed to anybody in specific, but this is just, a sample of what I deal with on a daily basis. Attention whore cast members who are self-centered and only think about themselves and could and think about how they could stay relevant because they need to continue riding the 90-day train or the Love After Lockup train, whichever train they're on. They need to ride that until the wheels fall off, and you could tell some cast members get desperate when they realize it's coming to the end of their ride. So yeah, that's a little sample of what I deal with on my day to day as a content creator. As I ramble, as you guys get in the room. Hi Healer Lifestyle. Hi Mary Pants. Hi Stephanie Bradley. Hi Natalie, and hi Drop the Mic. Drop the Mic. Okay, I'm going to pin her comment up here. You guys follow her. She will be interviewing Leida tomorrow. Okay, as in Leida and Eric and all the drama that's going on with them, which I'm going to get into in a second. But make sure you guys subscribe to her channel because she will be interviewing Leida in the flesh. So let's get right into this. Is Gino really a cheater? I know there's a video out there with some text messages between a woman and Gino's current girlfriend, Kelly. And like I said, a Leida and Eric update. So let's get right into this. Is Gino really a cheater? And an update on Jasmine and her situation. So there's a video out there, and there are text messages between a woman named Lori and Kelly, Gino's current love interest. So it looks like there was a period of time when Gino and Kelly were broken up, and he was speaking to this woman, Lori. From what I understand, sources close to the situation, word on the street, um, Molly and Lori are the same person. From what I understand, there's two women that are allegedly involved, sending pictures to Gino, having inappropriate conversations, whatever it may be. Those two women, Lori and Molly, are the same woman. And word on the street, from what I understand, she's a super fan. Gino's not innocent. I'm not saying Gino's innocent at all. He's in a relationship with Kelly. He should have never entertained her. But word on the street, Gino's a little friendly and could get a little flirty. And some fans may take it the wrong way and think that it's something it isn't. Gino's fault. Gino shouldn't engage and cross those boundaries. But Gino's not my man. So, from what I understand, whatever issues that Kelly and Gino had about this, they worked out. But this woman is allegedly giving stalkerish vibes, from what I hear. So, Gino allegedly had to block her. Kelly had to block her because she kept leaving her voice messages. Kelly, had no clue what the hell was going on, and she just kept leaving her messages, from what I understand. Um, Gino blocked her because she kept contacting him, his friends. So it just got to the point that it felt like a stalkerish situation for Gino, and Gino has, regret, I guess, for even engaging with this chick. But I just wanted to clear up that Lori and Molly are the same person, and Gino may have crossed some boundaries that he shouldn't have, but their relationship between Kelly and Gino, she decided to, it's all water under the bridge. They've worked things out. Um, she, as super fans have a tendency to do, and I've seen this in my years of being a content creator. A couple of Love After Lockup cast members, kind of had borderline stalkerish situations with super fans. They build an image in their head about the cast member that they're talking to, and it may or may not necessarily co-sign with reality. Word on the street, that's kind of the situation with this woman, but Gina was in the wrong for engaging in the first place. So that's what my understanding is of this whole Gino was a cheater situation. Word on the street, yeah, Gino may have been not appropriate, you know, crossed some boundaries, said some things he shouldn't have said, but we have a super fan situation here. That's all I'm going to say. So, moving on. At this point, I would rather have the Timu version of Gino and Jasmine, because the real version of Gino and Jasmine are really getting on my fucking nerves. Okay, so I would rather have John and Patrick instead of the real Gino and Jasmine. What do you guys think? I mean, it's anyway. So Jasmine is she is relishing in the attention that she's receiving. She has somehow twisted the narrative of her friend PR agent Kim trying to help her into Kim being a baby reindeer stalker type of situation. And she posted to her stories that she is going to watch the Selena movie, comparing, I guess, her former PR person Kim to the woman, the super fan Yolanda that killed Selena. First of all, Jasmine, you're not even on Selena's level. You're nowhere near Selena's level. So please don't compare yourself to her. And then she goes on to say, I just want to say I love being alive. I love my life with all the ups and downs. I'm grateful for God's blessings. Pray for me, guys. Like I said, she went on TikTok Live. There's a clip on the Reality TV Mess IG page of her accusing her former PR person, who, from what I understand, word on the street, was just a generally concerned friend. And she basically twisted the narrative to make it sound like that this woman is stalking her. So, moving on, like I said, this all started because of a Reddit post that has now been removed, stating that Matt is laying hands on Jasmine. From what I understand, word on the street, it's a mutually laying hands on each other situation, but that never, ever justifies a man laying hands on a woman, especially 7 months pregnant like Jasmine is. If Jasmine is charging at him, like allegedly I hear that she does, and starts fights with him, there's other ways to de-escalate the situation. You don't choke her, you don't punch her, you don't push her against the wall. That's bullshit. Okay, so Jasmine responded in 90 Day Fiance, the Alexa's account on IG, to these abuse allegations. And she said, I'm sorry for any person who is getting triggered about this rumor. I just want to let everyone know that there is support. You're not alone. You don't deserve to be discriminated against, being fired, bullied, or making fun of if you're experiencing or have experienced domestic violence. With that being said, and because of all the lately love and genuine concern about many people to me, I feel I need to clarify this. I'm in a happy place mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I have a strong support system of real friends and my in law family as well in this country. The person in question has never ever done any harm slash abuse to me in any shape or form. Now listen to the next line. It just disgusts me how someone would use a sensitive topic to create traffic to their company. I do have been a victim of abuse in the past, but it's something I'm not ready to talk about yet. Well, Jasmine, I think it's disgusting that you are throwing a friend under the bus that generally had concern for you. But that's just my opinion. So, Kim Noel, the PR person, posted health update. I just want to express my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has checked in on me, especially my close circle of family, friends, and clients. Your support means the world to me. As of now, I'm still in recovery. I'm not yet out of the woods. Right now, I have to wake up every 3 hours for the next 24 hours, which is a step down from the 48-hour monitoring I had at the hospital. There is still a risk of a major stroke or bleeding due to the ongoing situation, and it's been a challenging time. I want to assure you all that my assistant, talent agent, attorneys, and law enforcement are fully involved in ensuring my safety and well being. As an individual with disabilities, it's incredibly frustrating to be facing these circumstances, but my team is working hard to make sure no one takes advantage of me during this vulnerable time. At this point, my focus is on recovery and my health, which is my top priority. Again, thank you all for your love and support. It truly means a lot to me. I know this whole situation, from what I hear, has really affected her a lot. It's affected her physical and emotional health. I don't know to the extent of what's going on with her physically, but as you can see, she said that she was in the hospital. So she's taking time to recover, I guess, from the fallout from Jasmine throwing her under the bus, because I can imagine how much hate she received, especially when Jasmine went on TikTok and called her a stalker and a baby reindeer and was crying hysterically. I could just imagine how much unnecessary hate that she received. Just saying. So Jasmine, as always, is reminding us that she does cameos, 24-hour delivery, and she fell asleep, so she didn't get to watch Last Resort, but she was gonna watch it. Now it's bad when even David, as in David and Sheila, knows that Gino and Jasmine is over. I knew Gino and Jasmine is over. Both are so not work out. So sorry, it's over. So even the deaf guy knows that this relationship is over. That should tell you something. So moving on, Leida and Eric. This is another hot mess express. They haven't been on TV for I don't know how many years, 6, 7, but we're still obsessed with them because they're a hot mess express. That's what it comes down to. Leida has been arrested, I don't know how many times since she's been in the States. I could think at least two or three off the top of my head. There's probably more. Her and Eric are just a never ending cycle of fighting back and forth and DV and arrest, and it's just a hot fucking mess. So Lita shared some stuff to her IG story. She was arrested, like I said. She bonded out, and then since she bonded out, she was really, really, busy on her IG story. But first of all, actually, let me share the videos first. The first video is Eric sitting in his car talking about what happened. The second video is Lita zooming in on herself to show the bruises on her face, the shiner that she has. And the third video, this was all posted to her stories today, is from their surveillance cameras. And she circles a section that we should be paying attention to. So let me share this.
In hindsight, I do not know why I just decided to destroy it. Maybe I thought she couldn't use it as a weapon if it was destroyed, which is completely nonsense, and I regret that since I could have just chucked it across the room onto the couch, which I was blocking her from. What I remember in my mind and reported was that she picked Appa up by the neck in what I thought was a two-handed chokehold, then watched her throw him to the ground in what I thought was a body slam action. This caused me extreme anger, as I cannot allow such abuse of an innocent animal, to which my response was to gain control of her and restrain her. This resulted in a tussle, and I slammed her into the wall multiple times while I had a hold of her neck. Her recollection of it is as follows. After I took the laptop and smashed it, she picked Appa up by the collar, which caused him to bite her. She dropped him and stumbled as she lost her footing at the same time. This caused her to flail her arms at the same time she dropped him, and the resulting motions are what I perceived as choking him and slamming him to the ground. This caused her to flail her arms at the same time she dropped him, and the resulting motions are what I perceived as choking him and slamming him to the ground.
To me, it sounds like he's reading a script, but anyway.
Causing my reaction. I do not recall hitting her, but she says I did. In my anger, I must have, because she has a shiner, and I admit that. She said she was going to call the cops, so I called them first, as I was seriously concerned for her safety and the safety of the dog. The deputies found me outside with the dog and Leida in the basement. We gave our statements, and the deputies decided I acted in defense of an animal, as they stated to me. They informed me they were taking her to the hospital to get checked out, since she is currently 21 weeks pregnant, then to the county jail. I offered to have them
Yes, you heard that correctly. Leida is 21 weeks pregnant.
take me instead, which they refused. I recognize during these kinds of situations there is always three sides to every story. The first party involved, the second party involved, and the truth somewhere in between. Neither of us were in any condition to speak to each other Friday evening. We did not have an opportunity to discuss each other's memories of the events until today, Monday the 27th. As we reviewed the events of Friday night, I concede that I took seriously her stated intentions when I should not have, and perceived actions and movements she made in the dark mudroom to be more violent than they were. To be clear, she is not an
Doesn't it sound like he's reading from a script?
animal abuser. This was a one-time incident, and I misread her actions. The puppy was not harmed in the end. I also concede my response was in anger, excessive, and unwarranted. In fact, Appa still cares very much for her. To the people viewing this video, our lives are of no consequence to yours. What happens in our home is of no concern for you. It has no bearing on you. We haven't been on a cable network in almost 7 years and have not been or even tried to stay relevant. Get a life, and to the stay relevant. Get a life, and to the bloggers out there stalking us by trolling Leida CCAP, a few parasites.
So as you see there, Leida zooms in to show the remainders of the shiner that Eric allegedly gave her while they were tussling. And then this is the video where she wants us to pay attention, where she's circled in the upper left corner. And she says the officer is okay with seeing this footage. Okay. Pulling on my wrist. And so as you can see, she's trying to show like a section where she says Eric is like manhandling her and shit and pulling on her wrist. So, yeah, Eric grabbed my wrist really hard and kept pushing me over and over. So this is what she's trying to show here. I feel bad for the dog, to be honest with you guys. So Alita shared some pictures of bruises, which I'll share with you guys. Give me one sec. Is she get over here? Okay, so she shared a waiver of no contact provision of bond. Victim ETR hereby requests that the no contact provision of the bond for Lita Margarita, ordered by Adams County Circuit Court in Adams County case, blah blah blah, be lifted. I understand that this bond condition was imposed for my safety and for my benefit and for my safety. I further acknowledge that lifting of this bond will allow Lita Margarita to have contact with me, and that said contact will prove harmful to me and may result in injury or death to me. I have not been coerced by anyone, and especially not by the person named above, into requesting this waiver of the bond condition. I'm requesting the waiver of my own free will. It is solely my desire to have contact with said person. I acknowledge that if anyone has pressured me into requesting this waiver, that I should report said contact to law enforcement. I further acknowledge that I have met/spoken with a domestic abuse counselor and would like more and if I would like more information regarding DV and the abuse of violence, I can contact Christian Berger in the Victim Wellness Office at blah blah blah. Lita's reaction to this is a big flip off, and his life is not in danger, you idiots. The fuck do you think he waived this, huh? So he can beat me even more, you stupid fuck. Then we have a picture of a sonogram, and it says here, this is the reason why I choose to tell the world how awful piece of shit my husband is after all of the abuse he's done to me. He can beat the shit out of me nonstop and I still keep my mouth shut, but I'm carrying another life, and that's why I am done being silent. Then she proceeds to say, I seriously don't give a fuck of Eric's statement. I don't forgive him. I know we're not divorced, so people need to stop asking me over and over again. I'm tired of to keep replying the same answer. I've been asking him many times to end this marriage, but he refuses all the time. I'm not the one that is so desperate here. Nah, not me ever. So get your facts straight. Then she goes on to say, if they still don't charge him for what he's done, it proves that America is indeed racist. Even in 2018, this asshole dragged me by the hair and scratched my scalp, but I was the one that got into the police car. Make that fucking sense. Eric is also not seeing our child. Then she goes on. She was quite on a rant here. These useless pigs are hilarious. They literally believe this piece of shit saying that I'm abusing my dog, but disregard the fact that himself endangered my own baby with him being physical to me. And I'm the bad guy. Sure, Jan. If he's not guilty for what he's done, why the fuck he offered himself to be arrested in the first place? He knows what he did, but he's too coward, so he gave false statements to these useless pigs. Now, this whole situation is a horrible hot mess express, especially that Lita is pregnant and bringing an innocent child into this hot mess express. But it was entertaining for a moment because I don't know how or where E. Scott was brought into this. But she posted a picture of him with a wiener drawn on his face, which literally made me choke laugh so hard. And she said, I never badmouthed you, and your comment about me is disgusting. You can eat a bag of dick for real. If anyone knows what he commented about her, please let me know because he has me blocked again. I dare you to say that in front of Eric. He won't hesitate to end you. Don't play with Psycho. I'm still his fucking wife. So, whatever E. Scott must have said pissed her the fuck off to the point that she's like, listen, Eric may be a piece of shit that beats me and potentially endangers, the health of our unborn baby, but I'm still his fucking wifey, Scott, and he will kick your ass. I'm here for the wiener drawn on his face. I think that shit is fucking hysterical. So now moving on to some updates would be 90 cast. Okay, Renee is still going on. It takes a special kind of beast to use others and throw them off without truth being told and leaving on good terms. To not even feel remorse, compassion, and sadness for those it hurt. Not even treated as a friend. Kept and used only for money and around for the show. Throwing someone you claim you love under the bus because you're too scared to admit the truth. Obviously, one can tell I'm a fighter. I don't fight physically, but I definitely fight spiritually. And someone else commented, "You did fight physically, though." And she replied, "She hit me. I hit nobody. Obviously, you just talking shit." Okay, so I guess she is saying that her and Victoria Chidi's sister got into some type of physical altercation. Moving on, we have Sunny and Vanja, who took to her IG again to read mean comments. I shared it the first time, but the second time around, it's kind of like, okay. Um, Magda's favorite fruit is pizza, and Ingrid looks so happy to be with her plants anywhere but with Brian. Why is Brian coming back to Pillow Talk? I don't get it, guys. And Adnan and Tiger Silly, Adnan may want her to be covered from head to toe, but she's selling all sorts of sexy lingerie on her website. So tell me how that makes sense. So moving on, Natalie, she has a book club. Yeah, can you guys believe that? And she was asking for recommendations, and someone recommended Outsmart and Disarm the Narcissist. Yeah, really funny. I guess she's trying to imply that Josh is a narcissist. I think Natalie really needs to look within because, we call her Natalie for a reason. Moving on, we have Brandon and Julia. Julia has started her own doggy subscription box business. Um, Gourmet dog treats, toys, accessories, etc. So her thing is called Kingdom of Dogs. And Brandon has his side hustles with his cameos. I guess if you want him to strip like he did on Last Resort, he'll do it on his cameo for you. Moving on, Shekinah and Sarper. We're going to be on the new season of 90 Day Fiance starting February 16th. I hope I'm right on that. She kind of got a lift thingy done again on her face. Something about moving her cheeks up so they fill in the hollows under her eyes. I don't even know. She got more fillers. She's showing the healing process. And they also do cameos. So you could get a joint cameo from Shekinah and Sarper. Pedro is living his best life, harvesting the American dollar. And so is Chantel and Mama Karen. It is Chantel's birthday weekend. They're going to turn up, they're going to turn out, and Mama Karen's going to be there. So, moving on, do you guys remember on the very first season of The Family Chantel when Chantel's older brother Royal was on the show with his wife, Aunt Jeanette, and they have a little boy together, and all that drama with Royal and his wife, and Mama Karen, and Chantel, and the rest of the family. And then I think they didn't appear after the first season. Well, here is Aunt Jeanette hanging with their son. So moving on, Mary and Brandon. Okay, they have disappeared for a little bit, but they're back on TikTok. And of course, she is using her daughter as a prop in her TikTok videos. So I have to mute the music for this, but let me share this with you guys. This is Mary and Brandon. I mean, the baby's adorable, but I hate people who use their children as props to make money. Really annoying the hell out of me. So that's Mary and Brandon. As you can see, they're still together. Brandon's in the back cooking, whatever he's doing, and Mary's dancing around with the baby. Um, Yara and Mila. Mila is fucking adorable and so smart for her age. I just want to share this with you guys. Give me 1 second. So this is Yara and Mila.
Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Good job, baby. Maybe,
Seis balls.
maybe Myla gonna teach me Spanish.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Seis. Seis.
Good job.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Seis.
Good job,
Six,
baby.
six,
You're so smart.
Seis.
Can you teach
Uno,
me
dos,
Spanish?
tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. No. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Seis.
Good job.
She is so damn cute, even smarter than her mother, and that's all I have to say. So before I wrap up this edition of Oy Vey, I go watch my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion. We have Liz, who is looking slimmer than ever and showing off, living her best life, especially after 14 rounds of chemo. Girl, you live your best life. It was Nikki Exotica's birthday. And if you guys want to drop her a cash app because allegedly she's broke AF, feel free. And Kimberly, as in Kimberly and TJ, is still queen of the cryptic IG stories, and she wants to know if we think she can make it to Colorado with just $150. If you're coming from India, girl, definitely not. I mean, definitely not anyway. But if you're coming from India, no fucking way. So moving on, Vanessa is proud to be back in Reno. Annie is looking fucking fantastic post pregnancy. And Kelly's doggy, look at that face. Too fucking cute. So, by the way, my thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery goes out to Kelly. He had hernia surgery yesterday, is in pain. He has the good pain meds, don't worry. But yeah, so thoughts and prayers going out to Kelly for a speedy recovery. My husband and my son both have had hernia surgeries, and yeah, it's pretty painful. So moving on, we have Annie, um, 6 months pregnant, I think, with a coconut. And speaking of the Timu version of Jasmine and Gino, we have the Timu version of Gino, John taking out his girl Megan. And you guys remember Dean? Well, he has his own YouTube channel, and maybe you guys should hop on over and take a listen to his video. He's actually highly entertaining as fuck. He'll give you a chuckle. So, moving on, we have Stadler making a general announcement that she's dropping her Patreon because it's just way too much work. And Kenny is looking for a Canadian immigration lawyer or agent. If you happen to know of anybody, DM him. So finally, I just want to say I'm doing this challenge, like I'm sure all you guys are. It's called January and involves just getting through every day of the month of January because the first 2 weeks were off the fucking hook. So we have 2 more days left. It's January 29th. So we're almost there. Thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit the like button. And one more thing, make sure that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to play games and unsubscribe you without you knowing. And one more thing, make sure you like, share, and comment. And one more thing, please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next time. Thank you, everybody in the live chat. Have a good night.